This is it. This is my last day. Hello. Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. I don't even know how to say this, but I may as well just say it. This is my last day. I have to mess around. Today's it. Today's the last day. I don't have any more time. I've used it up. I've used up all my time. I'm yeah. I just realized I'm playing Fallout 76, and I just realized this is my last opportunity to actually play video games is right now, today. So I don't know. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go check out this bunker over here, and this will be probably the last time I get time to do this, which is kind of a weird feeling now. A really weird feeling that I'm gonna really miss this. I'm gonna miss this feeling. Oh man, yeah. I didn't I didn't think I'd make it this far to where I'm saying this to myself and to everyone else that yeah, I don't have time for it anymore. I just don't. I don't have time for this. I have to, I'm leaving it behind today. My last day, as they say, scumbag around. Oh, I had that from the previous. Okay, alright. I had that from the other building. Okay, well, we're gonna go in there and check her out. May as well. Why not, right, guys? Yeah. Oops. There we go. And up to number one. Yeah, well, that's suspicious. Okay. Kind of a weird... No, not going back there. We're going to number 3 now, I guess. We'll see what happens from there. We'll see. But yeah, what's going on in my life is that I've taken a lot of time and I've put in a lot of hours into achieving something, and I've always wanted to... Shit! Oh my god. Oh my god. There's a lot of robots here. Ooh, shoot. Oh god. They can't open doors. There we go. Alright. Oh, they can. They can. There we go. You absolutely can open doors. That is within their capability. Anyway, I've been grinding, been trying, working really hard, and it's coming up on the last 2 months here. I'm gonna be here hopefully, and it's just gotten to this point where I have to, I don't know, I just kind of realized that today would be the last day, really, that I'd participate in playing video games. I realized that I already kind of set this sort of 2 week kind of, I can take a little bit of a break. I set it aside, I did it, and today is the last day, the last sort of bit of time before I have to make a big effort, before I have to put in a whole bunch of time into achieving what I want from life. And it's just going to take the sort of letting stuff go that I really like to do. I really love video games. I love video games. If I could live inside of Fallout 76 for my entire life, I would. I'd give it all up to be inside of a video game forever. But, just kind of growing up, and I've always had dreams. I've always wanted to do things, and these things entail a great deal of effort. It's not just, you know, I've been kind of selfish with my time when I think about it for a long time. That's another thing I think about. I've been really selfish with my time. I've been sort of just doing it for myself, doing it for everything, and I don't know. I've always wanted to contribute more to everything else. I don't want to live just for me anymore. I did it for a while and that felt good, but now I feel different, and I feel like maybe it's time to do stuff for other people, because living, you know, off of what my family can do is kind of like a waste of time, you know. I, I I've done a lot of work for myself, but I have had to rely on my family quite often, quite a lot through this whole process and this whole ordeal I've been going through. And it gets embarrassing a little bit, just, $50 or $10 here or there and that sort of stuff. It gets embarrassing. Like really, it's just like, oh man, I gotta ask again. And it's just like, it's okay, but I'm not, I'm not okay with it anymore, really, you know? So I have to make those kind of grown up decisions for myself to do what I need to do. I also came into some money, which was kind of nice, kind of good for me. I came into some money. I could have been just living like this for a little longer. I probably would have done it for another year, but but I'm coming into some money, and when I seen that amount of money, I was like, well, shit. I really said like, fuck. I don't have an excuse to be a douchebag anymore. I don't have that sort of leverage on the world to say that I can just be a douchebag the rest of my life. I never I didn't really have to. Nothing in my life said you can just you're gonna make it. So I was just like, well, and then this money comes along, I'm like, oh shit. Ooh, I gotta actually do something with my life now. It's and I'm probably gonna still have to take out multiple student loans. I I'm part of a First Nations band, and they only go up to I think it's 26 or 27. So I'll probably have to end up paying for the majority of my schooling if I went the route that I'm gonna go down. If I want to, stuff like that. It's not so. It's not so. You know. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I'm like, I don't really want to pay for nothing. That's one of my things. I don't want to pay for anything. But then again, if I do this, then I'd be making a bum load of money, and then I wouldn't have to ask my family for like $50. every every so often some more. Like, it's a lot of money. It's a stupid amount by now. And I just don't like it. I don't like the feeling anymore and all that kind of stuff and this and that and the other thing and yeah. Adam, if I may, I'm gonna. I had a pretty tough time growing up. Didn't have it all that easy, so, I also have that excuse, but I can't listen to that anymore. Can't really just keep on, Like like yeah. Yeah. I experienced some things and went through some things and all that yada yada. And I'm just really excited for the next part of my life and where that's gonna go. I just feel like talking about it, you know, getting it out there. Yeah, damn. Anyway, though, you know, I didn't think I'd make it this far. I didn't think I'd go this far. I wasn't really sure, but yeah. I don't know if that's a reference to, but probably don't want to know anyway. There's more things. What am I going to school for? Is probably a question you may be wondering. I'm going to go for robotics. I'm going for robotics. Wow, it's been so long since I've ever thought about college or anything like that. Wow. Who would have thought? Am I right, guys, or am I right? I think I am. Pretty sure I am that. But, things happen. Not everybody has a completely stable life, and here I am, proving it to the world. Okay. What was I saying? Robotics, yeah, going for robotics. Yeah, I know, right? It seems like every time I say I'm gonna do something, it doesn't happen. Well, that's just it. I just keep coming back, and I keep going real hard and fighting real good, and I punch them, and I kick them, and I put my wiener inside of myself, and then I dance around, and that's just how it is. Beyond that, though, mostly I just had a hard time. I was struggling after my. You ever just have like mother? She was like drugs, and I was like, what? Why? And she's just like, head funny, good, yum. And I just had to sort of understand, you know. And growing up with that was kind of difficult. It was hard. It's hard to, I'd be like, Mom, hey, could I this, could I that? And she was just like, no heroin, no meth good, me tummy. Yes, 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 inside me. And yeah, so I just, I did the best I could with that, and it was all right in the end because life's it's a encapsulated um it's good sometimes, and when it get good, it's all right, So I had to deal with all that growing up, and then I ended up homeless, in where I just sort of survived. I made it through that somehow. I don't know what I did, but I did it, and it was super scary all the time. I was cold, I was sad, I was hungry, all the time. All the time I was hungry. And, it really took some outreaching. I outreached, and I found that my mom sort of just decided that drugs were just kind of really good and awesome compared to my family and all that. So sort of had to kind of rely on them a bit, talk to them a bit about it, to kind of actually get more of a perspective on our standing in the world, if you know what I mean. Like, we weren't, like, we didn't have to be poor. It's just what I started to realize was that my mom, like, because my family, it's weird to even talk about. We have a whole ass, we have a village. We live in a village, and we kind of own this plot of land on an island in the middle of nowhere. Weird, right? But we didn't have to be that poor. At any point, we never really had to be. And it's really just quite, it's kind of awful when you grow up with that, because it's like, well, why are we poor? It's like, well, no one cares about me. That's kind of the response that she always had. No one really cares about us, that's just it. That's just how it is. And it's like, I don't know. And it you could say it's kind of true, a little bit, but, never had to go through all that. Kinda did, but when we were younger, when we were like little kids and all that, it's just unnecessary. All the stuff that she put us through, a lot of it, most of it was just unnecessary. Like, she's the type of person that if the bus doesn't show up when they want it to show up, they'll they'll start walking, and then when it passes by, it's not her fault that the bus passed by. It's everyone else's fault for not hurrying up or being faster and stuff like that. So, you know, it was a tough time. It was a hard time. Trying to, you know, get some sort of oh shoot. Oh my god. He's big. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just wait. Hold up. The story gets better. It gets better. I swear. Just wait. I gotta kill this guy. There we go. Alright. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So, what was I saying? It's hard because, you know, some things may or may not have had to have been that way, you know, but they were, and I can't do too much to change it. You know, I wish I had a easier life, but I didn't, and I'm just glad that after about 4 years, no, 5 years, 5 years since I moved out. I was 17 when I moved out. That I'm in a sort of semi-good situation, you know. Still a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to, you know, outperform people. And that's kind of something I have to technically do. I technically have to outperform other people right now. It's kind of weird, kind of necessary, but you know, I feel like I'm moderately ready. I'd say I'm decently ready to throw down with some books and, you know, lay up some mathematical equations. You know, I think I'm ready. You know, and it's just, you know, it's challenging. It's hard. I don't know why that just keeps coming up in my mind, but that's just what I, what I feel like saying. It's just hard. It's hard. It's challenging. It's difficult. Yeah. You know. Yeah. But yeah, I went through these financial difficulties that, you know, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people have faced, and you know, because of my age and all that, I was kind of new to trying to figure out my whole life from 17. I didn't really, you know, 17 isn't that bad, but I didn't really know what I was gonna do. I didn't really think too hard on where I was gonna go or how I was gonna go. I just knew that you know, I was gonna just make it through. I was gonna just keep going and keep trying, and I did. I did exactly that. I made it through. Um, you know, I just I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I I have some regrets, you know, about time, about some of the time I wasted, some of the time I spent not doing the things that I feel like I should have been doing at those times. But I just give myself that sort of benefit of the doubt where I kind of just take it back and go like, well, I didn't I didn't have that sort of I didn't have time like everyone else did. You know, that's just something I tell myself, and it feels good to say it. Like, I didn't have the same amount of time as everyone else had the same amount of time, you know, and, there's a lot of things with that, but it's just the way it was, and I can't really blame myself for not having the same amount of time, but I can blame myself for not doing things with my time that I now have. So it's really just it's just shocking. It's shocking in a lot of ways to just come back and look and see and understand and be a part of and all that. Sorry, I got really bad. I bit my tongue the other day and now it's still raw and it really sucks. And then yeah, yeah. I don't know what else really to say other than that about that. But yeah, today's my last day playing video games for no reason, staying up late and doing all that sort of stuff. I mean, for the foreseeable future, anyway. That's kind of fun. That's kind of cool. Hey, who would have thought me, right? Everyone else was like, everyone else is like, oh, you know, when I talk to them and stuff. Sometimes I get it in my head that they don't believe in me, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe no. Maybe none of them do. I guess only time will tell if that's true. And we're just gonna keep on walking. I don't know if we're recording 30 minutes. We'll do an hour recording. We'll get it in. We'll do it. We'll get some stops in, and we'll take a look see around, and we'll just try and enjoy what we got while we still got it. And then yeah. It's weird. I feel like kind of like a grown up, kind of. I'm like, okay, well, instead of just being like this, I kind of felt, I don't know. Well, I saw everyone else kind of mature, go around getting what they wanted, doing what they wanted to do, and it just felt like maybe I didn't get that sometimes. Sometimes when I think about it, or when I look at it for too long, and I guess I get that sort of feeling sometimes. Everyone, like, sorry, like I had to kill those bugs really quick. It's more important that the bugs die instead of trying to tell my life story. Um, um, what was it? Everyone else matured, everyone else got what they wanted, and I just look at myself now and I'm getting to that point, and I realize that all those sort of things I thought about that they probably think about me, it's probably not really that true, Maybe they don't really think that about me, or maybe they do, and I just go kind of think to myself, I'm like, well, if they do or if they don't, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't care what they have to think about me anymore. Like, it doesn't. I could just be, me, and whoever they are, I couldn't care about anymore. you know. So that's always nice. Feels good. Feels awesome. To get past that sort of I'm ashamed of myself all the time and I don't have everything I want and I'm probably never gonna get it, all that kind of stuff, and I just feel I'm blessed. I'm just thankful. I don't think there was, I couldn't think anybody else but my family, like my grandpa. Both my grandpas. I have two grandpas. They're not in a relationship. It's not like that. I have two grandpas from my father's side and my mother's side. Thankful for them. I'm thankful to everybody who's kind of stayed by my side and all that, and just kind of help me through this. And I really don't have to worry about much else. I'm gonna what the fuck? Yo. Oh, there we go. Now he's dead. Feel a little bad for him, but he's doing his thing. What else do I have to say? What else do I got to say? I don't think I really do have too much else to say, other than I'm happy, sad, and really nervous. I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm excited, I'm happy. It's awesome. I like it. I like this feeling. It makes me feel a little bit more sane, a little bit more level-headed, and I know what I have to do and what I don't have to do, which is really cool. I like it. I personally love it, Other people will say hey yo, what are you doing? Being all optimistic and stuff, but that's kind of just like the mentality I was raised in. I was raised in that sort of mentality. Why would you ever be optimistic about anything? And I don't know. I don't know what to really say about that. I don't know. Mental illness is definitely real. It's a thing that happens, and when you deal with crazy people, you're kind of like your whole childhood. It becomes a little bit more apparent when you grow up and you kind of realize that these people, they needed they needed a little bit more than just whatever life was giving them. So I don't know. Take what you will, I say. Taketh what thee will. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate everything that you guys say and do. So yeah, to a better future. See ya when I see ya. Yeah.